What's up, YouTube? Poor.Mans.Podcast back with another video. Today's video is going to be a clip from divorce court. I had this video sent to me on Instagram. Shout out to my Instagram, The.Poor.Man.Podcast. All right, you can go follow me there if y'all got any clips from me y'all want me to review or do a reaction to. I'm willing to do that. Just send them to me via Instagram. I'll have a link in the description below. Before I get into this video, though, I got to do the YouTube stuff. The goal is 15,000 subscribers by June. It's a crazy goal. It's a big goal, but it's my goal. And the only way I'm going to get to my goal is if y'all give me the HBO special. Do you know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special, all right? So go on and help a brother out and hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. I'm going to give y'all a second to do that. All right, now let's get to it. Divorce court, this is crazy. What do you think about this? Is what it says on the video. So that's all I know so far. I haven't seen the video. Let's get to it.
Hey, just recently, 2 months ago, I called her outside on the phone with her ex, right? And it wasn't really like, I couldn't really hear what the conversation was about. But when I went outside, I know she hung up the phone real quick, like hung up, like snapped the phone.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, so I'm like, instantly, I'm like, what was that about? You know what I mean? Like, so I leave it alone or whatever, because I didn't really, have too much to go off of.
Red flag.
So I, 2 weeks went by, let it go, you know what I mean? Try to build more of something to go at her, confront her with, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so 2 weeks went by, I go through her phone, something told me, like something in me, like just go through her phone, you know what I mean? Like, so I go through her phone, I grab the phone, I look at it. Scrolling through, the first thing I see is, oh, he's temporary. Yeah. So I click on a message, and when I thoroughly look through the inbox and the messages, she's like, oh yeah, he's temporary, I don't really want to be with him, I want to get back with you, we're going to get back together. You know what I mean? Like, let him behold, lo and behold, she's telling me she loves me, we're going to be together forever. You know what I mean? Blase, blase.
I see what you mean, Ms. Smith.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
I do have some things to say, but I'm not going to say them just yet. I want to hear her side because, you know, a lot of times in these stories, you'll be like, oh, well, she's this, she's that. Why you out here talking to other men? You know, I could do the whole rant on women being sneaky and going out talking to other men. But I don't know what's going on in the story. I'm going to wait for her side of the story before I do all that. Because a lot of times the dude ain't shit either. Let's be honest. A lot of times he been around too. So let's just see what happens throughout the video.
Were you texting an ex telling that ex that Mr. Darby was temporary?
Yes. And that's because he don't know how to treat me. So if I can't get no attention from him, I'm going to go seek
What do you mean he doesn't know how to treat you?
He don't know how to treat me like a woman. He thinks we're still kids.
Be specific for me. What acts does he perform or does not perform that you believe would make you feel like you've been treated appropriately?
First, there's no sex. And that's a big problem for me because, you know, I'm ready every day and he's not.
Right.
So
Lies.
No sex. What else?
You know, he pushes me off of him at nighttime. He wakes up in the morning angry every morning. He wants to walk outside and go talk to his baby mama all day.
Lies. If you got
what is he angry about?
Well, see, the problem with that is that's different, okay? He has a baby mother, and I'm assuming unless he had the baby while y'all were together, that would be a problem. But I'm assuming that you knew that he had a baby mother before this situation. Now, I'm not saying he ain't messing with the baby mama, because a lot of times when you dealing with this baggage, a lot of times it ain't over. I'm going to be honest with y'all. A lot of times the dude got a baby mama. If something goes wrong, he's going to go run to her, and they going to do whatever they got to do. All right, and I'm telling you, when they go over there, they ain't practicing Bible verses. And the same thing is with women. That's why you know, when you dealing with a single parent, regardless of if it's a man or woman, just realize you're walking into some kind of turmoil. You are going to have some baggage attached to that. So she should have known that going into this relationship and understood that, okay, there are going to be moments, and I'm not saying that he is one of the people that's messing with a baby mama, but I'm saying a lot of times that happens. But there are going to be moments where he's going to have to talk to his baby mother about the child. The thing is, men and ladies, when you lay down and you have sex with somebody and have a kid with them, you've signed a contract to have to deal with that person to some extent for the rest of your life. Like, there's no getting out of it. Once you have a baby with somebody, you will be dealing with them for the rest of your life, more than likely. All right, let's continue the video to see what else is going on.
What do you argue about?
he thinks he takes care of my kids.
I do take care of the kids. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's my job. It's my responsibility. I take care of it well.
He helps me a lot with the kids, and he reminds me every day, and I just can't.
He helps you with kids that you had with another dude.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So they're both parents. Okay, let me just, I'm sorry, I know I keep stopping. Let me just continue the video because I want to get more context before I go into how I feel about the situation. Because I don't know if there's going to be some big secret or some big surprise. But how many, like, this is the problem with the community. Having kids before marriage is not very hard to not have kids before marriage. If you're a man, it's a little harder because, you know, when you do and the woman gets your DNA, she has all she has all the say in what happens. So it tends to be a little bit harder for a man. But there are so many preventative birth control methods for women at this point. You can take long-term birth control. You can take plan Bs after the fact if something does happen. All right. And even if you do, worst case scenario, end up with a baby in your stomach, you can always have an abortion. Now, I don't let you know how I feel about that. All right. It's a sensitive topic. It's a very touchy topic, but it's an option is what I'm saying for women. For men, you don't get any of that. Once you allow your DNA to go inside of another person, that it's up as a man, you have no say in what happens. So women nowadays that are choosing to be single mothers because they have some kind of pride, they feel like they have to be this strong, independent woman instead of realizing I really don't want to have an abortion, but I'll do it for the sake of the child because I know statistically speaking, if I bring a child into this world, no matter how good of an independent mother I am, it'll be a lot harder on the child to be successful. Because I'm not in a position right now where I can take care of a child financially, and my life decisions don't show that I'm ready. I'm not mature enough to make to have a child. Women don't like to have these discussions and don't like to think about this. They just want to have the kid to prove to the world that they can take care of it. You know what I mean? To prove that I'm a strong black woman, I can take care of this and this and that. Okay, but you're putting your child at a disadvantage. Let's continue the video, though.
Your relationship, and you're mad because...
Well, because we have our trials and tribulations, but, you know, I did what I did, and there's nothing. If he wants to be with me, then he's going to be with me.
So you say, does he keep reminding you that you
Every
had
day.
kids with another person?
Yes, he
Do
reminds
you do
me.
that, Mr. Darby?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The only time I would ever do that is if she throws it in my face. Like, these aren't your kids to talk to. You know what I mean? Like, because I literally tell her, like, you need to discipline these kids better. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be on their head. And she's like, oh, you need to stop telling me what to do with my kids.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, your kids.
Do you do that, Miss? That sounds like, yeah, you do that, don't you?
He thinks he's smarter than me. Superior.
Oh, man, this is all bad. This is a very bad situation. Okay, she's playing with the hair because she seems to be nervous because he's probably right. If you're going to have kids, ladies, and there's going to be a good guy, a guy that's good enough and willing enough to step into your family that you created with somebody else, he's going to step in there and replace the head of that family and try to become the head of that family, you have to let him discipline the kids. That is a man's power in the household. If he cannot discipline the kids, he will not be respected by the kids. If you want to be a dad and you want to be a single mother and you truly want to be a mother and a father at the same time, go be alone. Go be alone because you're not a father. You have to understand that when a man comes into your relationship, he is now the head of the household if you elect him to be. And if you decide to get into a relationship, that is you agreeing that I respect you, I trust you enough to lead my family. So that means he's going to have to be able to discipline the kids. You cannot be the nurturer and the disciplinary force in that in that family. That's not how it works. You can't go from feminine to masculine. All right. This is the reason why so many young black men they're in a spot where they don't even know how to feel about women because their mothers have been the disciplinary figure in their life and they feel like all black women or most black women are masculine. So before you even go into a relation or a conversation with black women, you assume firsthand that they're masculine because you're so used to your mother having to jump into a masculine role. And it's the same thing with single motherhood and little girls. They teach them to be more masculine. And single mothers tend to be harder on the little girls than they are the little boys. So the little girls end up becoming the men. All right, and the boys, they so used to the mother figure that they find comfort in the mother figure that some black women provide, and it allows them to be weak. These are things we got to reverse in our community. Let's continue the video because this is getting. I could go all day. Let's continue the video.
And I am a woman. I had 2 kids, and I raised them all by myself. But yes, he helps me. But at the end of the day, if you're with me, he has to help me. What are you going to do? You don't got a job.
Well, what does he do? Oh. Do you have a job?
No.
I don't have a job right now.
You say that he cheats on you too. You say he texts his ex and he posted some nonsense with another girl on Facebook. Tell me about that.
Lies.
Tell me.
I went through his phone, and one time I seen this on Facebook that the girl was like, "Oh, Ernie, are you gonna come over underneath a picture?" And I seen it, so I was like, "No, what is this?" And he told me it was nothing. So I ignored it because I'm his woman. I have to, he said it's a groupie. So
what about when your ex commented on your picture?
Is it a groupie? You a singer or something?
No.
How you get groupies?
And I just don't understand why he want to talk about me cheating, but I clearly went through his phone, and he talks to his baby mama every morning, anytime, all day.
Regarding my
But I just don't understand. If you're here with me in a different state,
regarding my
why do you need?
Do you think that he should not be in contact with?
He should. But what?
I'm still talking, Miss Smith.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you and I about to have a conversation. You don't think that he should be in contact with his baby's mother daily to know about his child? You really believe that's inappropriate?
You know what, Your Honor? He can talk to his baby mama or his child. I don't even care because at this point, he talks to her regardless of the fact. I can't change that. And
But don't you believe he ought to? He's got a kid with her.
Thank you.
He's obligated.
At 6 o'clock in the morning?
Kids get up when they get up. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Ain't neither one of you got a job. What you sleeping for?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like, what are y'all doing?
He's interrupting my sleep.
No, I do agree that and I do have to say this, guys, when a woman has to step into a masculine role, which is not in this specific case because she doesn't have a job either. All right, but as a man, you should want to protect and provide. And I know he may be in between jobs, hardships come, things happen. But you should want to protect and provide, and the way you feed your masculine energy on a woman and your family is being able to provide. So a lot of times sometimes men ain't able to provide, but they want to be the masculine energy in a household. And it's going to be really hard for a woman to respect you if she has to step into a masculine role and go into the workplace every day because you're not able to hold up your end of the bargain and you sitting at home being a homosexual. All right, so get on your shit. Don't sit here and complain and be bitter about women if you're not becoming the masculine energy in the family that you want to be. And becoming that energy isn't just you pointing the finger and saying what you want to happen and it happening. Becoming the masculine energy is being able to protect and provide enough to the point where you get to say what happens in your household. All right. It's not your household if you're not protecting and providing for that household. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all got to work. You got some work to do too. A lot of times is men just being bitter. They don't want to step into the role as the head of the household, but they want to be able to decide what happens in that household. It's just the truth. Get on your shit. Let's continue the video.
Pardon?
My sleep. At 6 o'clock in the morning.
Smith.
You sleep.
You and I aren't going to get along at all. You say he's terrible with finances. Explain that to me.
Well, he has not had a job. I am the provider right now.
I just had a job.
How do you provide if you don't have a job?
I'm in college, and, I get settlements. So
you get settlements?
Yes.
Settlement.
Now, are we talking grants, loans, or settlements unrelated to college? Quit playing with that hair.
She's nervous.
That's all she cares
That's nervous
about.
behavior.
That's all she cares about is the hair. That's it. The hair, makeup, nails, that's it.
Rehabilitate yourself, Miss Smith. I want to like everybody, and I'm trying to like you, but you're making it hard. So where do you get settlements from?
Well, you know.
If you don't leave that hair on.
Okay.
I told you.
Basically,
that's it. The hair. That's all she care about.
I get paid through, you know, government grants. Mm-hmm. So, and that's every month. And I pay my bills. And can he pay my bills?
No, the government pays your bills, and I pay the government so they can pay your bills for you.
Thank you.
Remember that.
That's first of all. Yeah, first of all, we have too many women thinking they're independent when they depend on government aid and child support. That is not being independent. That was just a quick little message that I had to put out there. You're not independent if you depend on government aid, which is other people giving tax dollars, and child support, which is a man giving you money. Okay, now if a man is giving you money specifically for the child, that's, you know, you could count yourself, I guess, as independent, quote unquote. But if you're using the $2,000 you get a month for, you know, a Chanel bag, you know, if the man's giving you $2,000 a month, you're dependent on that child support. Let's be honest here. Who are we kidding? Goddamn Apple Jacks don't cost that damn much. They just don't. All right, so let's continue the video.
Uncle Sam gets a good taste of my check, and some of it's going to you. You have your aunt on Skype. Hello, how are you, Ms. Russell?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Tell me what's going on at your house.
Oh my God, I didn't expect it to be like this. I really love my niece a lot. It's been just nothing but chaos. I just had a baby a month ago, and it's just been really hard for me to focus on what I need to do. All they do is argue.
Okay.
They fight about everything.
Let me ask you this. How are they with the kids? And are they good house guests? Do they keep things clean? And are they looking for work?
Oh, well, you know what? That was a lie. I was told that right at the gate when Ernie get down here that he was going to start looking for work. He has not been looking for any type of job. All he's doing is focused on her, following her around. She leaves when they go into heated arguments. The baby's in here screaming and hollering. My little niece is, there's a toddler here along with a newborn that they got. Oh, and the kids are just completely out of control when they're acting like that. Their parenting skills are very poor. And I'm going to help them. I'm going to see if I can help them get involved in some type of parenting class, but it's way too much. And I don't know how much more I can take of this. Since they've been gone, it's been kind of peaceful here. Oh my God. Can you keep them longer, Judge? Your Honor.
Okay, so first of all, I know I've been stopping the video. All right, but let's get into it a little bit. Let's unpack some of the stuff that she said. She's talking, now agree that they're both on equal platforms. They both have no job. They're both shit parents, let's be honest. And they're both probably still engaged, or still not engaged, but still at least entertaining their exes. You know what I mean? But for some reason, the woman feels like she's better than the man because she has a quote unquote degree, or she's going to school for that degree. And isn't this the problem that we see so many times? Women just assuming that they're better because they have a degree. You have no job, right? So you're not making the money, but you just assume because you go to school and you get a degree that you're all of a sudden better than. You know what I mean? All of a sudden you deserve a man that can, like she said, pay my bills because you've just went to school. That's all you've done. And that doesn't even mean anything today. Let's be honest. There are kids right now. There are hundreds of thousands of kids paying thousands of dollars to take online courses, stuff that they can get from YouTube. Let's be honest here. All right, so just going to school, that doesn't mean anything anymore. That it just doesn't. All right, and then you see these two, and when the lady said that they're bad parents, this is just another point. When the woman just came on and said they're both bad parents, who was the one that got offended? And this is another problem in the community. You hear the black woman go, ugh. You see what I mean? Getting upset because you're getting criticism. And this is from a loved one. So imagine a person like me or Kevin Samuels or MTR or O'Shea telling them that they may have a problem. If your own family can't tell you have a problem and you should fix it, how do you think you're going to react to the manosphere telling you have problems? Oftentimes it's just met with attitude. It's just met with... And you see how the man took it. We're so used to criticism. We're so adaptive, and we're so in terms of, understanding that we may not be perfect, that the man didn't say anything. He may have realized, I could be a better parent. But the woman, regardless of her downfall, she just believes, I'm the best parent in the world. I'm a strong, independent woman, even though I got a husband. Even though I've got a husband and we both rely on government grants, I'm still a strong, independent woman. What are we doing right now? Let's continue the video.
They are a mess.
Ms. Russell, thank you so much for your third party's perspective, and thank you for keeping these two off the street. What do you have to say about what Ms. Russell had to say? Was it an accurate depiction of what's going on in her house? And take a step back and look at it objectively. Is she right about some of those things?
As far as her storming off when she gets mad and leaving the kid, yes. But if you expect me to help you take care of your kids when you get mad and you storm off, but you're cursing me out, you know what I mean? Like, but you want me to stay and help you with your kids? No, you're not just going to storm off and walk down the street and cool yourself. I need to leave. These are your kids. And at the end of the day, these are your responsibility. She always throwing it in my face. These are my kids. So these are your responsibility. You know what I mean?
I'm a good parent. Everybody, you know, they got their opinions, but I know that I take care of my kids.
Do you storm off and leave the kids in the care of others when you get angry?
You know, if
That's
I get
not that takes you out of the good mommy category.
But
thank you.
I come right back. I would never stay away from my kids for too long.
How long is too long?
A day.
You stay away from your 4-month-old for a day?
Well, that's my 4-month-old, but you know.
Yeah, when she there, she don't clean either. Don't clean
4-month-old.
Oh,
I'm cleaning.
Miss
I know people messing with their wives. I don't see too much.
Who do you expect to look after those people when you're gone for a day?
My husband or my boyfriend.
He's not your husband.
My significant.
That's his job. To take care of a baby that you had with another guy while you were on a break from him. That's his gig.
Oh, man.
Let me say this.
Holy moly.
And don't say anything else.
Take some notes.
You two need to grow the hell up.
Thank you. Jesus Christ, I was about to say that. Well put.
You are taking our community down at the knees by behaving like you're in high school while you're parents to children. A break is not the time to go lay down with some other dude with unprotected sex and just have a baby. Not what you're supposed to do.
Dummy.
You're supposed to use birth control like your life depends on it, because it does depend on it. You should use birth control with him and with whatever dude you scatter off with when you're on a break. That's number one. Number two, if you really want to have a relationship, there's no having breaks within the context of the relationship. Anger should be upset. Discord, disagreements should be met with calm and a conversation, not broken windows, slammed doors, or any of the or off with somebody else. If you're not an adult, you cannot conduct an adult relationship, and neither one of you are an adult. You're in somebody else's house, causing chaos in their crib. You got to pull yourselves together. Nobody owes you anything.
Right. She talking.
Okay, just recently.
Okay, that's the end of the video. I guess a few final thoughts is she tied it up perfectly. I was thinking of how am I gonna wrap this thing up? And the one thing that I wanted to say is that they're children. There are so many times where black people, they just, and it sucks to say. And it's not just black people, you see it in white people too, but I'm around the black community a lot, you know, so I get to see black folks behave, and that's what I see mostly. And there are so many times where just black people haven't grown up, and they just they just don't get it. Why would you go, and while you're married to another person, get upset at them and then go cheat or have sex with another person? Not only not use protection, but the man dropped his kids off at the pool. He dropped his, he shot up the club. You let him shoot up the club, and then you didn't even take a plan B. You didn't even have the decency. And not only that, when you found out you were pregnant, you said, I'm gonna carry it to term. While you have a husband at home. Think about the levels of disrespect it takes. Think about the levels of immaturity it takes to, after saying that you can leave your 4-month-year-old or your 4-month-old. I said the same thing she said, 4-month-year-old. But after you say you can leave your 4-month-old, you can leave your 4-month-old for hours at a time with a complete stranger or with just anybody because you got upset. What are we doing? Are we in high school? Grow up. All right. And if you ain't grown enough, stop having kids because it takes responsibility. If you're not ready for that responsibility, just don't, because you're just messing them up. You're creating more people to be just like you. And I promise you, we don't need any more of them. We just don't. All right. So black folks, grow the hell up. Take care of your responsibilities, man. Go get a job. All right. Or do something. Stop wanting to be the masculine energy in a relationship if you ain't got no money. If you ain't trying to provide. Now, if you're trying and you're just in a bad spot, I understand. You're trying your best. But try. Do something. Go out and be innovative. Be resourceful. All right. There are plenty of ways to get money. All right. There are plenty of ways, legal ways to get money. Go out there and do something. Don't just be a bum and sit on your ass and expect to point the finger and get to lead the household if you're not trying to provide financially, because no one's going to respect you there. Asking a woman to respect you and be feminine while she has to be in a masculine energy to go to work and compete against other men and women and this and that. It's going to be hard for her to turn her masculine and feminine on and off, because that's just how humans work. We're creatures of habit. Once you get stuck in a habit, if you're going to work every day, that's going to be your habit, and she's going to become masculine. All right. So you just take some of these, take some of this in. All right. Grow up. Till next time.